Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nautries podcast. Today I will summarize and review the book. Throne of Glass is a gripping entry into the world of epic fantasy, penned by the masterful Sarah J. Maas. It introduces readers to the unforgettable story of Celaena Sardothien, an 18-year-old assassin with a murky past and an uncertain future. The novel, which serves as the first entry in a series that has captivated millions, combines elements of magic, mystery, and political intrigue, all set against the backdrop of a richly envisioned fantasy world. The reader is plunged into a tale of power, redemption, and survival, as Celaena battles through a series of tests not just to win her freedom, but to establish her place in a world where she has been forced to conceal her true strength and identity. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, Celaena Sardothien. Character and growth. Celaena Sardothien, the protagonist of Throne of Glass, is introduced as a renowned assassin who is serving a life sentence in the salt mines of Endovier. Despite her grim circumstances, Celaena's resilience, wit, and skilled prowess as an assassin quickly draw the reader into her story. Over the course of the novel, we witness her remarkable growth from a hardened criminal to a heroine with a deep sense of morality and justice. This transformation is pivotal not just for Celaena's character development, but also for engaging the reader in her journey towards self-discovery and redemption. The detailed portrayal of Celaena's skills, her internal struggles with her past actions, and her evolving relationships with other characters are central to the narrative. As she navigates the treacherous politics of a royal court and faces challenges that test her physically and mentally, Celaena's character becomes a beacon of strength and complexity in a world where power is often equated with brutality. Secondly, the fantasy world and magic system. Sarah J. Maas creates an intricate fantasy world in Throne of Glass, complete with its own history, cultures, and a deeply woven magic system. The kingdom of Adarlan, where most of the story unfolds, is a land recovering from the conquests of a tyrannical king who has banned magic. The magic system in the novel is both mysterious and multi-layered, featuring elements like ancient weird marks, magical artifacts, and mythical creatures that hint at the depth of power that once flowed through the land. Through this perspective of various characters, readers receive glimpses of a world that is much larger and more complex than it initially appears. The exploration of different regions, the mention of long-lost magic, and the hint of rebellion against the oppressive regime add layers of intrigue and anticipation for the reader. The fantasy elements serve not only to propel the plot, but also to deepen the thematic concerns of the novel, such as the struggle for power, the cost of freedom, and the battle between good and evil. Thirdly, themes of power and corruption. Throne of Glass delves into the dynamics of power and corruption, exploring how individuals and groups maneuver for position within the oppressive structure of Adarlan's monarchy. The novel portrays the royal court as a place of intrigue, where loyalties are uncertain and the desire for power leads to dangerous gambits. Through Celaena's eyes, readers are exposed to the corrupting influence of power, not only within the palace walls, but also among the rebels seeking to overturn the king's rule. This exploration is nuanced, showing how power can be wielded for both noble and nefarious ends. The characters grapple with moral ambiguities, forced to make choices that reflect the complex nature of governance and resistance in a world where the lines between good and evil are often blurred. The theme of corruption is embodied in the character of the king, who represents the ultimate abuse of power, but it also prompts critical reflection on how characters like Celaena and others negotiate their own positions of power and influence. Fourthly, the romantic subplots. The romantic subplots in Throne of Glass add depth to the characters in the story, providing a counterbalance to the darker elements of intrigue and battle. Celaena's relationships with Prince Dorian and the captain of the guard, Chaol, evolve in complexity and importance throughout the novel. These relationships are not mere distractions, but integral to the plot and character development. They reveal different facets of Celaena's character, her vulnerabilities, and her capacity to love and be loved. The dynamics between the characters are carefully constructed, with each relationship challenging and influencing Celaena's journey in unique ways. Maas skillfully navigates the emotional landscapes of her characters, weaving romantic tension with the broader themes of loyalty, betrayal, and identity. The romantic elements contribute to the novel's broader appeal, ensuring that it engages readers who seek not only high-stakes fantasy, but also the emotional connection and growth that comes from complex interpersonal relationships. Lastly, the tournament and tests. At the heart of Throne of Glass is the tournament that Selena must compete in to win her freedom. The series of tests and challenges she faces are not only physical, but also intellectual and ethical, making the tournament a compelling metaphor for her personal journey. Each test is designed to eliminate competitors who lack the skills, resourcefulness, or moral compass necessary to serve as the king's champion. These challenges serve as a backdrop for much of the novel's action, providing a thrilling and suspenseful narrative drive. Through the tournament, readers are introduced to a cast of characters, each with their own motivations and backstories, who either ally with or oppose Selena. The tournament sequences are meticulously described, showcasing Moss's ability to create vivid, edge-of-your-seat action that also advances character development and plot. The tests highlight Selena's strengths and weaknesses, forcing her to confront her past, question her values, and ultimately decide the person she wants to become. The tournament, with its blend of action, strategy, and morality, encapsulates the novel's themes of power, freedom, and self-discovery. In conclusion, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas is a must-read for fans of epic fantasy, strong female protagonists, and intricately plotted narratives. The novel appeals not just to young adults, but to anyone captivated by a story of overcoming odds and personal transformation. Selena Sardouthian's journey from a condemned assassin to a powerful figure in a complex fantasy world is both inspiring and enthralling. Readers who enjoy tales of magic, mystery, and moral ambiguity will find themselves deeply engaged. Moreover, Maas's exploration of themes such as the nature of power, the quest for redemption, and the intricacies of human relationships makes this book relevant and thought-provoking. It offers not only escapism but also reflections on resilience, identity, and the struggle for justice. Whether you're attracted to the compelling character development, the richly constructed world, or the suspenseful plot, Throne of Glass has something to offer. Engaging, emotionally resonant, and intellectually satisfying, it promises to be a rewarding read, providing valuable insights into the strength of the human spirit and the complexities of the world we navigate. If you would like to support Sarah J. Maas, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around, and